Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be troubleshooting or finishing the configurations on this. There's no configurations on it currently, but what we are going to do is on this network 1 right here, we will be setting up Inter-VLAN routing using this layer 3 switch. Same thing on network 2. On network 3 down here, we will be doing a router on a stick. And then we will do multi-area OSPF, see area 1, 0, 0, area 2, and then we will also have server 1, which is a DHCP server, or we're going to configure it as a DHCP server for it to dynamically assign IP addresses to all of these end hosts right here, right? If we don't do it correctly, they will not get their IP address dynamically through DHCP. All right, guys, let's get started. Let's dive in. So first, let's start on network 1, right? Go into the CLI, enable, conf t, and then line console 0 just to avoid any interruptions like these right here, because we're going to do OSPF as well as creating VLANs. We don't want it to mess up the commands that we're typing in, okay? So we'll do exit, and then we will move this a little more to the side. Go into interface range, fast Ethernet 01 through 2, and then that's VLAN 10. So let's create, actually exit. Let's create the interface or the VLAN 10 first. VLAN 10, well that's VLAN 20, that's this one right here. And then exit, VLAN 10, and then exit. Let's go up just to get that interface range again. Switch port mode access, because they're access ports connected to end hosts. Switch port access VLAN 10. We assign them there. And then interface range, fast Ethernet 3 through 4, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. And then do show VLAN brief just to confirm. VLAN 10 is created, 1 and 2 are in it. And then VLAN 20 is also created, 3 and 4 are in. Alright, exit. We'll go into interface VLAN 10 to add its IP address, which would be this default gateway. So it will be IP add 192.168.10.1, and then we'll just do a /24 subnet mask, right? Interface VLAN 20. Whoa, interface VLAN 20. Jesus, no VLAN 20. Oh, not 22. Jesus. Do show VLAN brief just to confirm, and we remove VLAN 20 as well. So let's go ahead and create that again. VLAN 20. Do show VLAN brief. VLAN 20 is back active, and it has those there. All right. So exit interface VLAN 20. IP add 192.168.20.1. Same thing, /24 subnet mask. Added another 0, or forgot to put an ASLOT. And then let's just see, do show IP interface brief, VLAN 10 right here, 10.1, 192.168.20.1. And then one command for it to actually do inter-VLAN routing using this layer 3 switch, we have to enable IP routing, right? Then let's go a little inward and do this 10.1.1.0/24 network here, okay? Let's go into interface gigabit 0/1, and then no switch port, so we can add an IP address to it, right? And then IP add 10.1.1, we'll give it the second available one, and we'll use this one as one. 255.255.255.0. Do show IP interface brief. Scroll down. Perfect. and then it's down because this one right here is down. So let's go ahead and fix that really quick. And conf t, let's do line console 0, so no interruptions, logging synchronous, exit interface G0/0/1. Then let's add the IP address, IP add 10.1.1.1, 255.255.1.255.0. Remember, we added 2 here, so this is the first one. And then no shut for it to be up. See, green signifies up, and it also tells you here. Do show IP interface brief. And just to confirm it, and then let's do this network 3. So OSPF, we'll do that. We'll do OSPF after we configure router on a stick here and Inter-VLAN routing on this right here, okay? So let's go into here, CLI. So I'll do network 3 on cam, and then I'll do this one off cam, since we already did this and it's just the same commands just for LAN 30 and 40, okay? And then we'll configure OSPF and these 2 serial connections here, as well as the DHCP server. Yeah, let's go into this switch. Move this a little more to the side. And conf t, line console 0, logging synchronous, exit, and then let's go into, I think that's 1. Let's see, yep, 1. Interface range, or let's create the VLANs first. VLAN 50, exit VLAN 60, exit, interface range, 1 through 2, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 50, exit, interface range 3 and 4. 3 through 4, switch port mode access, switch port access, switch port, whoa, wrong one, switch port access VLAN 60. Do show VLAN brief just to confirm. 1 and 2 are in VLAN 50, 1 and 2 right here, 3 and 4, right? So that's enough configuration here. Now let's go into, actually not yet, exit interface G0/1. Switch port mode trunk, right? This is a trunk that's going to allow LAN 50 and 60 to go here, and then it's going to be able to route from there. So we configure this as a trunk. Let's go into router 2, and then let's do the router on a stick configurations here, okay? Line console 0. Exit. Interface G00. So we'll actually have to put this in up because it's currently, or no shutdown command, because do show IP interface brief because it's currently administratively down, right? And before we can create sub interfaces, it has to be manually or put up in the up state, right? So no shut, do show IP interface brief just to show you it's in the up state. So exit, see if we can actually, and then we'll do 0.50. And then encapsulation dot 1q, we'll do 50. And then IP add 192.168.50.1/24 again. Then let's do this. Let's create 60. Scroll up a little more. And IP, we'll just do this. So right now I'm going to do this one off screen since we did pretty much the same commands over here for LAN 10 and 20. We'll just do it here. All right, so I'll be right back, okay? All right, guys, I'm back, and I finished the configurations on these right here, just to show you. And show IP, or show LAN brief, LAN 30, fast Ethernet 0, 1, and soon, right here. LAN 40, 3 and 4 right here. Show IP interface brief, gigabit 0, this one right here, gigabit 0/1, 10.4.4.2, second available. And this one right here, show IP interface brief. Conf T. Let's just do this really quick. So this one right here, 10.4.4.1, the first available. All right, now let's start configuring. Let's move this, stay that there, because we need to see it. So what, let's do the serial connections, and then we'll do the DHCP server, and then we'll do OSPF, okay? All right, let's dive in again. Conf T interface serial 2/0 IP add 10.2.2.2. Let's do this one right here. Let's see if we're able to. You should. It's brief. You can see the encapsulations there, or excuse me, the sub-interfaces. Let's see, and then serial 2.0, just to confirm, it is the first available IP address in this subnet. Now let's move this here. Okay, and this should be serial exit interface serial 0/2.1 IP add. Let's move this to the side a little more. 10.3.3.1.255.255.255. No shut. Show IP interface brief. That's that network over there, and this is the one that we just added. Let's do it for this one. Conf T interface serial 0/2.1 IP add. Now let's do the no shut command just to confirm. Yep. IP add 10.3.3. And then which one did we add over here? 2.3. So yeah, it's 2.2.255.255.255.0. Let's do this. T interface G0/0/1. No shut. And then let's do the first available IP address for this interface right here, the gigabit 0/0/1. Let's do it. So let's give it the first one in this network right here. So IP add 10.5.5.1.255.255.252 because it's a /30 subnet. And then let's go into here. Configure. Let's give it its default gateway. Then let's give it the second available IP address, 10.5.5.2. And fix this. Now let's configure the DHCP on this server. So services, and then we'll do OSPF, okay? And then let's go to DHCP. We'll turn it on after we finish it. So right now let's just do LAN 10. 192.168.10.1. 192.168.10/25. And just to confirm, VLAN 10 starting IP address, default gateway. All right, let's add it, and then let's do the same thing for 20, 30, 40, all the way to 60. I'll quickly cut and I'll come back to you once I finish, okay? All right, I'm back, and then let's just show you, let's turn it on. 10, VLAN 10, 10, 1, 10, all right, VLAN 20, 21, 20, 30, 31, 30, 40, 41, 40, 50, 51, 50, 60, 60. All right, perfect. We also just turned it on, and then let's start configuring OSPF, or multi-area OSPF. And remember, OSPF is a link state dynamic routing protocol, meaning it builds a full map, right? So if we don't share every network, it won't have a full map. It will only have pieces. Remember that, right? So we'll have to share this right here, this right here, this right here, as well as the DHCP server here as well, right? This here, right? But right now, let's just dive in and conf t. Let's do router, OSPF, process ID of 1, network 192.168.0.0, and then we'll do route summarization. So we'll do a /16. So just, 255.255. And remember, area 1, right? Never forget your area, because then the command will not go through. And just to confirm network, 192.168/16, area 1. Let's do network. We're going to share this one as well right here, so it can form an adjacency here. Once we enable OSPF here. Network 10.1.1.0/255 area 1. Okay. And then let's do the same thing here. Exit router OSPF 1 network 10.1.1.0/255 area 1. And then let's do this one, which would be area 0 network 10.2.2.0/0.0.255 area 0. We could have just done a 10.0.0.0 and then slash just 25 or 255 here to mask the first octet only for route summarization. We'll just do it like this for now, right? And see, formed an adjacency, right? Let's do the same thing for this one here, and then we'll do this one, right? And conf t. Scoot this over because this is okay. Remember, router and then the protocol. 1, which is the process ID that we're using right here. 1 network 192.168.0.0. Remember /16 just for route summarization. Area, and then this would be 2. Network 10.4.4.0.0.0. 255 area 2. And then this one, I'll show you what the route summarization would look like, right? Exit router OSPF 1. Actually, no, we'll have to do one for each. Give me 1 second, okay? All right, I'm back. So let's just pick up where we left off. Let's see, where were we? We're on this one. We're configuring OSPF on these two. So let's do network 10.4. Let's just do 3 first, since it was a mistype. 0.2.5 area, and then that's 0. 0 network 10.4.4.0.0.0. 255 area 0. Let's fast forward just to see that it forms an adjacency. Oops, wrong area. See, already messed up. Let's go back. No. Let's do this and then just change the area to. Now it should form an adjacency. Yep. And then now let's do these right here. If it will let me click the router and conf t. Let's do this router OSPF 1 area, or not area yet, network. Let's do route summarization. 255.255. Area 0. And remember, only since it's a wildcard mask, only the last two octets can change. So the numbers 255 are able to change. The only things that have to stay consistent are these two octets. So the zeros means it has to match. 255 means it does not. All right. And if you break it down in a binary, zeros don't match, ones have to match. All right. So we shared this one right here, and then let's do network. Then we can do this just to save some time. Let's see. Network 10.2.2.0.0.0.2.5 area 0. All of these should be in area 0. Network 10. See, already formed an adjacency. 3.3.0.0.0.5 area 0. And this is one of the most important steps. Do not forget to share this DHCP server. All right. Matter of fact, let's not share it, and then we'll see if we're able to pull up the message that it gets. But just to see that OSPF is working properly, show IP route, and then it should have a route to all of them. Let's see. So here, 10, 20, 450, 60. So it should have one to 40 as well. Let's see why 40 is not being shared. Let's see if it gets here. Show IP route. No, 40 is not being shared here either. Let's see here. If it allows me to click the preference, let me turn off the labeling to see if I'm able to click it. Link lights. Exit. Show IP route. 10, 20. It has 10, 20, 50, 60. And it's missing 30. So these are not being advertised. I think I put them in the wrong. Let's see. It may just be the same thing that it did earlier. And show IP Pro. So it is advertising it. Let's see. Exit, show IP route. Let's see. Here. 10, 20, 50, and 60. So it's not advertising 30 or 40 here. Show IP protocols. It's advertising for the network. 3, that's area 2. So that's configured correctly. Process ID 1. So it should be switch 2 that's having the issues, but it is not. Let's see. 30 is access, 40. Did I assign an IP address to them? So its IP address, it still falls within, let's see, network 10.4.2. So OSPF is configured correctly. Show IP exit, show IP interface brief. That's why the VLANs don't have an IP address. So conf t interface VLAN 30 IP at 10 or 192.168.30.1 /24 interface VLAN 40 IP at 192.168.40.1. Oops, forgot the subnet mask. Now let's fast forward a little bit to see if now we're able to get the routes to there over here. So run the command again. Actually, let's confirm it before we do. And show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. Yeah, so 30, 31, 40, 41. All right, so now it should be able to advertise this. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Perfect. Now let's put these all to DHCP. But first, I actually want to show you like that we didn't advertise this route yet, right? So remember what I said. OSPF is a link state protocol, which means it creates a entire map of the network. Right now, they don't know this exists because we didn't share it, and that's why it won't be able to get a IP address through DHCP or just any information through DHCP, because in the map that they have right here currently, all of these right here, as well as these routers, besides this one, they don't know this one exists because we didn't advertise it. All right. And just to show you, we will go into let's go into simulation mode first, and hopefully I can get the message where it says command, because you still have to do a few more things. /renew. All right, that's the discover. It's gonna send it to switch 1. Switch 1's gonna broadcast it. Let's see if it says it here. Server does not have a pool configured for the received port. It drops the packet. So it's gonna just drop the packet, right? Not only because we didn't share this network, let's put it in real time, but as well as since it's in a different subnet from these, it's 192.168.10.0, same thing but with 20, and this subnet as well, this one as well, it's going to be in here. So we'll have to configure IP address helper with the IP address of the server after it's been dynamically shared, or the route to it has been dynamically shared via OSPF. So let's go ahead and do that. Conf t router OSPF1 network 10.5.5.0.0.0.3. Since it's a /30 and area 0, let's fast forward just a tiny bit, and then now it should populate here. All right, let's do show IP route. See right here it is, 5.5. Now it has a route to it. Now you may say maybe that's it. Well, let's show you. Let's see. Let's test DHCP here. Same thing, because it doesn't have a pool for it. We haven't configured it as a DHCP server. So we have to put the IP helper address followed by the IP address of server 0. Let's just get that really quick. Copy. And then we'll do it in VLAN configuration mode. So conf t, and we're going to do it in that mode because any interface that is in that VLAN or assigned to that VLAN will now be able to, oh, I need an IP address and I have DHCP enabled. I can just, since I'm in VLAN 10, I know where to send it instead of doing it per interface for each one. It's just removes manual labor, right? So let's do 10 IP helper address, paste, and we'll just copy this because we'll do it for the rest of them. Interface 20, paste, and then let's see, DHCP, see, now it gets it because it has a route to it, and not only does it have a route, it has a helper address. Oh, my DHCP server is at this address. It checks its routing table. Oh, I have a route to it. Okay, let me just send it through this interface since I dynamically learned it's over here. Since it built a full map of this, right? And we'll do that for the rest of them. I'll do it off screen and then I'll come back just to show you there's two-way connectivity as well as Inter-VLAN routing across different OSPF areas, okay? So I'll be right back. Actually, just one more thing. I did want to show you that you can also apply it to the sub interfaces. So we'll go into interface G0/0/50 and then we'll paste it here. Do up arrow, change this to a 6. Then we will turn on DHCP and it should start working. See? So you can also apply it to the sub interfaces since it's tagged with line 50, 60 with the encapsulation .1Q, and the number that follows is the VLANs that it's assigned to. So I'll continue doing it. I just wanted to show you that really quick, okay? All right, I'm back. We've configured them, and just to show you, this is PC4, which is right here in VLAN 30. Dynamically got a default gateway, and DHCP is enabled. IP address as well. Same thing for 40. And we've shown you the rest. Now let's see if we're able to ping across areas, and for these layer 3 switches as well as this router and a stick to see if it can perform Inter-VLAN routing correctly. Right. Let's go here, desktop, command prompt. We'll start with these over here. So 92.168.10, and then we'll do 2. Oops, forgot the ping. All right, now we'll just wait here. The first one should fail, and then we'll see if the others reply. Yep, so we're able to ping here as well, or just ping there. We'll do 20, the VLAN 20. Pinging, the first one should fail due to ARP, or Address Resolution Protocol. Perfect. So this one is performing Inter-VLAN routing across multiple OSPF areas, or multi-area OSPF. We'll do 30, which is over here. Just do this, change this to 3. Perfect. So it's able to ping the devices in the 30 VLAN. We'll do 40. And it gets a reply. And then let's just do 50, just to see if it's able to do the router on a stick we configured is able to do Inter-VLAN routing as well. So it should go here, here, back down here, and then whichever one has 2. Perfect. So we've configured real-time, or we've configured we've configured multi-area OSPF and Inter-VLAN routing with router on a stick, as well as using 2 layer 3 switches, as well as allowed the host to dynamically get their IP addresses and default gateways via the DHCP server here. And that's pretty much all for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a good one.